Greetings, Flosstube.
Hi,
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
I'm Joe.
I'm Laura, and I totally screwed this up today. I don't care.
This is where we go across.
One stitch at a time, and we roll with our mistakes. It is literally so bright out. My transitions have,
We're filming this on Sunday because Monday somebody's busy.
I have Church Ladies Guild meeting on Monday, so we're filming this on Sunday, the 20th of February.
More video game time for me.
There you go. How has y'all's week been? Mine was shit. As is evident by the fact that I can't get this right today. I thought you were going to say something there. That's why I took a drink. Okay.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I couldn't think of any way of saying how my week was without, getting flagged by YouTube.
Okay.
At least all the stuff that's going on for the last 2 weeks is done.
Yeah. Lots of... I put something somewhere. I don't think I remember where I put it. Maybe I did. Last week's question about fabric. A couple of I don't cares, but mostly people jam on Ada, so I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
And any elitists out there can, they can kiss my grits.
You can jam on whatever you jam on. I'm gonna jam on what I jam on to stitch on.
And if you try to tell me I'm doing it wrong, I'm just going to look at you, flick you off with a needle, and get back to my
At
stitching.
this point, don't tell me I'm doing something wrong. You won't like me. Why don't you shout out our commenters, please?
Because that would hurt your ears.
True story. But I don't have a lot to say today because if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all, and it's been a week, so.
Yeah, but at least our commenters are cool.
Our commenters are amazing, so we're going to shout out our commenters.
Anna, Angie, Bridget, Teresa, Matt, Morty, Susie Scott, and Janet.
Thank you for taking time to watch our videos and comment on our videos. We appreciate it. And, yeah. Why don't we move on to whips? Whips?
Not sad, not sorry.
He's got nothing. Oh, I did bring it over here.
When we get to haul, we will find something that will get my bug back, I hope, but in all honesty, I've just been tired because of work. And I'm one of those people where if I'm not fully up and at 'em, I can't stitch.
There you go. Well, we did Chinese Zodiac Week in Daily 30. I didn't finish all the prompts, but I did build a prompt on, like, 3 of them, so whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. Because I did not stitch on this last weekend, I pulled out Cardinal Points on Monday, because it's one of my 4 focus projects for the year. So I did Daily 30 on it. I used it as one of my prompts for something with an animal from the Chinese Zodiac on it. It's got dogs on it. This is one of the Build a Challenge ones that I did. So between doing that and the few days of Daily 30 I did on it, I got 566 stitches on it. And most of it is in the border on the bottom. As you can see, I closed off the black, the greens, and I've started to work on the flowers to finish up the border, because all I have to do is this chunk of border to finish off the border. This is on a piece of 18 count Cleveland Crud, hand-dyed by the Slovak Farm. It is in a custom Slovak Farm bag. This was part of my dress for my brother's wedding. because I needed to repurpose so that I, because obviously the dress doesn't fit me anymore. Actually, I think we repurposed the dress. Oh, we did. I repurposed the dress into a steampunk skirt, and then the cat chewed it up.
I was going to say, wasn't the cat involved in this?
And finally, I took what I could left of it and made it into 2 project bags. One of them is with the red on the inside. My accessories bag that I carry all of my needles and scissors and stuff in has the red on the outside.
That is the most expensive bag she has ever made.
Literally.
Bridesmaid dresses are not cheap.
They are not. Okay, so I stitched on this for 2 prompts for Chinese New Year week. And that was stitch on a whip with a person, stitch on a whip with food in it, and then on Thursday we got a pop-up for Daily 30 because Daily 30's 3rd birthday was Thursday, sorry. So I've been working on the pop-up, which is part of why I didn't get the whole week finished. I decided to work on the pop-up, do the pop-up rather than finish Chinese Zodiac Week. Honestly, the 2 prompts that I didn't finish for Chinese Zodiac Week were to stitch on something with fireworks, or mythical creature on it, and to stitch on something that was a gift or will be a gift. And most of mine, I do have a few things that have been gifted to me, but most of my stuff I buy myself because a lot of people gift me with stitchy stuff. So the fact that I didn't finish this, I did use one of my daily passes, one of my passes from finishing January's monthly on one of them, and the other one I'm just gonna let it go because, like I said, I did build the challenge on some of them.
Annie,
What?
you're very difficult to buy for because you own an ONS, so all of your friends have to buy it off of you first.
I've literally had the ONS since May of 2021, and I still got very few stitchy gifts from folks.
Well, just say, well, never mind. Nobody listens to me. It's really hard to surprise somebody when they're the one you're buying it for them.
What about before I was selling it?
I got y'all stuff all the time.
Anyways, I pulled out Pumpkin Farm by Cora Albacora. So this was in Chinese Zodiac Week, a person, because there's 2 people on it. Food, because pumpkins are edible. And then for the pop-up, something with words on it to stitch our invitation. This has words all over it. This is on a piece of Dirt Road by the Slovak Farm. And I ended up doing a total of 823 stitches on it. And yes, this needle minder has cuss word on it. I worked on the house, as you can see. So that is my lovely work on that. I have to finish up the roof of the house, or the second story of the house, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. This is actually in one of the 3 bags that I did not make myself. Same style, because I like the envelope style, because vinyl can ruin hand-dyed fabrics, but this was a Lucy Beam bag. Somewhere on here it's got the little tag. Yeah, see, it's got Lucy Beam project bags, but it was farm themed, so had to buy that one myself.
Vinyl
farm project bags. That's why you see me put stuff in my vinyl farm project bags very weird. I don't have any over here.
Okay, I didn't know that though.
Yes. Plastic can ruin hand-dyed fabrics and hand-dyed flosses. That's why you had discoloration on Dragons of Sumatra after your wife told you don't leave it stretched across the Q-snap like that. Okay. So, for the Daily 30 birthday pop-up, we had to, after we stitched our invitation, we had to stitch on, we could stitch up to 10 party items. I'm not going to rehash all the items that I used, that I came up with. Items 1 through 5 were on Victorian Way, which is a Dimensions Gold project. And I did 517 stitches on it. It's just, it was a kit, so it's just on the kit Ada, which I think is an 18 count. Yeah, it's an 18 count. And it's in a 9x9 project bag, which is big enough for an 8x8 Q-snap. Clocks and travel. Because I like that stuff. Okay. Daily, okay, so items 6 and 7 were on, I don't know what the cover photo is, my sampler book page for the letter C. The chart, I believe, is free, available on Rainbow Gallery's website. I'm working on page C. And I did 200 stitches on this. This is on a random 32 count. Because she tells you what the model was stitched on, but as long as it's all on 32 count, it doesn't matter. And actually the instructions do say, pick something that you like, and I did not like that you could not see, if you remember, you know, you could not see all of those white C's on the fabric that they had stitched it on, so I picked something different. But 200 stitches on that. This is in another 9x9 bag, my doggy bandana bag. How adorable. In a non-fabric bag, in a plastic bag. Yeah, it's in a plastic bag. I do that, people. Party item number 8 was on my OSU marching band project. Yes, I did say we're going to have a band at our party. Look, I went with it.
Technically, there are actually marching bands that will actually show up to your party.
I get that.
Because I was part of a troupe that was in the Mummers in Philly.
Yes.
And they would actually show up to big events. Like you could actually, like if you were having like a party for the town, you could actually hire them to come and play. And that's what they did when they were not doing the Mummers, and that's how they rehearsed.
You totally can. And I'm totally, yes, you could totally have a marching band at your party. I just thought it was hilarious because that was what I could figure out to make this work. And I needed to put stitches on this because I am coming to the end of going through everything that I have on the go. And this just, it worked. So I may revisit sampler book, this one, and the last one that I stitched on for the items, because I only did 200 stitches on sampler book, 200 stitches on the last one, this was 101 stitches on this, because that's what I could fit. But this is on a piece of hand-dyed by the Slovak farm. It's a little bit bright. It's a lot brighter than what you're seeing. I was going for grass. It didn't necessarily work, but it looks fine. I'm happy with it. So I need to work out this colorway just a little bit more. But that's 101 stitches. I have the H in and the I in.
Hey, honey, that's what the grass would look like if you had the local art college do the landscaping.
Basically. You're not wrong.
The colors they display around that college, it looks beautiful, but by George, they have fun.
This pattern is available exclusively at Craft Gallery in Findlay, Ohio. They have. I'm not necessarily. I didn't go to Ohio State. I mean, yes, I live in Ohio State. I'm an Ohio State fan because, yeah, my dad graduated from Ohio State.
And most of your aunts and uncles and a lot of your cousins.
Yeah.
I love that.
All of my aunts and uncles graduated from Ohio State, and a fair amount of my cousins graduated from Ohio State. Anyways, but the matting really is what makes this awesome. So it looks like the Horseshoe Stadium at Ohio State. I need to get the matting from. I will have it framed at Craft Gallery because I want the matting done that way. Okay, and then finally for the birthday party, I really had hoped to have this all finished by yesterday. Because the event started on Thursday, but I didn't because life sucked at me this week. So I just finished this up this morning. I did Cathedral Wood Goddess for 2 items. And the last 2 items on my party. This is, I think this was a custom die for me and Angie to do this project on. There's 206 stitches on it. Doesn't her shoulder, most obviously, it's all over here on her shoulder. That's not obvious because I don't have before pictures because I can never figure out how to do that. But her shoulder looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Making progress on her.
And if you still want to stitch on it, you can actually use it for the mythological creature thing. You know,
I'm
wood goddess.
Past the Lunar New Year week because I need to.
Okay, I was just trying to help.
If I fall behind on one, I will start.
Okay, I'll shut up.
We are learning to let go of things that don't work out the way we want them to with Facebook cross-stitch game for fake points. And it's not really fake points with Daily 30 because you can use your tokens to buy actual stuff. But considering I didn't use all of my tokens last year, I am letting go of that challenge. I don't have to complete everything if I can't get it done. Right?
I'm sorry I said anything. I'll go in my corner now.
Why don't we move on to haul? Haul?
Y'all.
What am I doing?
Want to reboot?
No, go ahead.
I got the Flosstube finally for my March Mayhem.
Finally. I don't know if we told you guys the small hiccup we had last week. I ordered a bolt of fabric and the 4 flosses for his March Mayhem. All of them in regular embroidery cotton, the 6-strand embroidery cotton. I got 2 of them in the 6-strand embroidery cotton and 2 of them in pearl cotton.
Whatever this stuff is.
Pearl cotton. So I had to contact Yarn Tree last week, and they're like, yeah, we screwed up and sent you the wrong stuff. So they got us the new stuff.
I didn't ask for the old stuff
And
back.
I don't have to return the old stuff, but I don't use pearl cotton, so I don't know.
I had an idea for that, but we need to put that between segments.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, I have... Earth.
And this is a new color in the Slovak Farm dye line called Old Barn Roof.
This is Air, which actually does look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't blend in as bad as those before.
I was slightly concerned that the 2 blues might...
Water.
Oh, yeah. Water's good. I was slightly concerned air might blend in. I'm still slightly concerned.
And then fire. And by the way, there's a really dark spot on that thing that I actually plan on having cut it. When I cut it out, I'll look at you and go make this darker for the air. I might do that, depending on. Which I'm assuming my lovely wife is capable of doing.
Sure, dear.
You told me you could.
Sure, dear.
I did actually ask you. You did actually say you could do that.
Okay.
Am I driving you nuts yet?
No, dear.
And on that note, I'm out. Bye.
So, I ordered a bunch of Mill Hill kits. I had orders for a bunch of Mill Hill kits from some folks. So I ordered them and I included, well, one of the requested Mill Hill kits is something I wanted. And it's one of the ones that you have to buy in 3 as a wholesaler. So, I have Grandpa's tractor. Obviously, I've got to stitch the red tractor.
There is one thing, though. I don't know how to tell you this, but this is your dad's tractor.
Well, it's not exactly Dad's tractor, but...
Actually, I think you did have one on your grandfather's farm like this.
I don't know. There's a solid chance that this is going to get stitched and given to the dad. Because Grandpa's red tractor. Okay.
He kind of collects the die-cast things.
He loves the International Harvester toy tractors. He collects them. And my nieces love getting tractor rides when they come up. Alright, and then I got myself the Caribbean Santas.
That's what...
Jamaican Santa. Barbados Santa. And Trinidad Santa. Yes, they're pirates. That's why I bought them. And then my Silks for You Silks of the Month showed up. They're lovely brown, gold, and yellows.
A little bit of amber.
Yeah. They're lovely. That's all the haul.
Now to tell her my crazy idea.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on me. Plans and announcements. Plans.
Working a lot.
Working a lot. There you go.
We're behind at work. I'm working overtime next week because I said I would.
Well, you know how I said I was going to make a March Mayhem plans video? That's not happening. It's just not. It's kind of how life's going right now. So, you will see March Mayhem as it happens. And that's that. It's just life. Friday's Daily 30 Prompts were library lovers prompts. And I'm stuck on something.
Do you need help?
Yes. I mean, I pretty much know what I'm going to... And this is why I said I'm probably going to revisit. This is why I said I was going to revisit a couple of the ones that I did party prompts on. Because, as we could see, that's got letters and stitching on it and words on it. So one of the, let's see, I'm going to read this again and I'm probably going to answer my own question. One of the prompts is to stitch in a whip with words or letters. Bonus if your whip is a typography. Majority of the design is words. So I don't think this would count because even though the majority of it is letters, the majority of it is
the castle.
Letters. Well, see, all that white space in the picture are the C's that you can't see because of the model stitching fabric. But those are words. Those are letters, not words.
Oh, there's an easy
right?
one you can do.
What?
Your flag. It's literally the names of the states.
Didn't think of that.
That's literally what that pattern is.
Also, we're supposed to stitch on a lip and talk about the last book we read. I haven't actually read a book in a while. No, that seems weird, but I haven't. You only have so much time in a day. And doing things like reading and other crafting takes away from the stitching.
I just can't focus on a book.
So I'll have to find that. I know what the last book I read was, but it really truly has been a while. Oh well.
Any others you need help with?
I think that's it. So you gotta do a whip with a person in it, so I can totally work on Wood Goddess again. And a whip with technology. Tell us how you have adapted to using technology while stitching a whip related to technology. We are assuming that means we can stitch pattern that we got as a PDF. Because that's related to technology. One of them's real easy for me. Stitch on a whip you've stitched on while meeting with someone else, either virtually or in person.
Every Friday. Plus.
Yep. Stitch on a whip with something old in it.
Han, don't you have some patterns with trucks in them?
Oh, I've got something. I'm sure I've got something.
No, but trucks are modern technology.
I have not stitched on, since the first of the year, I have not stitched on my Fall on the Farm series, and I know that the Fresh Fruit Farm, the farm cart, is a vintage looking veggie stand cart. So I can do that too.
By the way, there's a loose interpretation for that because medieval castles actually use very ingenious technology in their construction. It's not modern technology, but technically taking a stick and a rock and using it as a lever to lift a much larger boulder is using technology.
This is true. Their technology back then.
A horse-drawn wagon used to be state-of-the-art technology.
He's not wrong.
As somebody who has watched many a YouTube video and think about old technology, old civilizations and stuff, yeah. I mean, heck, they didn't even have a crane and they built the pyramids, so...
This is true.
Wording is important.
Uh-huh.
And still, and if you're saying modern technology, you need to designate a time period because modern technology is a car or a computer. Cars have been around a lot longer than computers.
True. True.
And technically, every stitcher I know uses technology to stitch. It's called a headlamp or an overhead lamp.
He's not wrong.
I could stretch it all the way to Georgia and back.
I mean, a sailboat would be technology because sails were an ingenious invention that allowed, that really were what opened up the ability to explore the earth.
Anything that can let you go around the planet is good technology.
Mm-hmm. A compass opened up the ability, the whole Age of Discovery was because they got the technology of big sailboats, compasses that could tell you which way you were going, even in the dark. You didn't need land to orient yourself to.
You want to know something really funny?
What?
Random historical facts. People were making steel for hundreds, possibly thousands of years before they actually knew how they were making steel, because it was an accidental byproduct of the forging of iron.
Well, there you go.
Because the fuel used to heat the iron, coal, wood coal, is carbon. Adding carbon to iron makes steel. So they didn't understand it for a very long time how they were making these steel weapons. That's why people were still using iron weapons. They had steel, but it was extremely expensive because it was a rare byproduct that just happened.
Books are technology. Because books used to be only for the wealthy and elite until the modern printing press was invented.
Books are technology if you met the printer.
All right, well, we can split hairs on this, and continue this all day. But I have to go to the bathroom, so we're gonna wrap this up because I have no great announcements.
Okay, so spiel time.
Spiel time, please.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, bell notification. Thinking me of Bobby. Bye bye.